Zimbabwe is battling one of the worst droughts in its history, with close to 8 million people requiring food aid until the next harvest. On Tuesday, Cabinet announced a comprehensive food aid distribution plan targeting areas that were affected by the El Niño-induced drought. This comes after the country's leader, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, recently launched an appeal for $2 billion United States dollars for drought mitigation, as well as to build future resilience. So just how prepared is the country now to feed the affected population? Just how much grain is available and how much will the country need to import? To answer this question and more, we are joined live by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Professor Obert Jiri. Good evening, sir. Now, according to the latest data released by the ministry, there are over 7 million food insecure people in the country. What metrics did you as authorities use to define a food insecure citizen?
Yeah, so in terms of food insecurity, certainly it's a household that has not produced enough. So we understand that we've just come from a drought situation. The season was not so good. So certainly we go in, we assess, does this household have enough food to take them to the next harvest? So that is the first assessment that we do. But we also go a notch further to assess and look at the particular circumstance of that household. So we assess child-headed households who will have no means to get any other source of food. We assess the elderly who also are in the same predicament. We assess those disabled, and then we assess those that have not harvested enough to take them to the next season. So certainly we will then know when we do those assessments what food is available at the household level, and will then be assessed to be given the food.
Catering for people's welfare remains one of the major roles of the church, particularly in times of distress. In the following story, we look at how the Catholic Church has responded to Zimbabwe's plea for help to mitigate the drought situation.
More than 7 million people are food insecure in Zimbabwe as a result of drought, and that explains the call for international support. The Roman Catholic Church has stated their position. Presenting credentials to the country's president, the Catholic ambassador designate said drought was an issue they will look into.
Actually, this one, I hope that, we were discussing this issue with the Bishop Conference, and through the Caritas, I know that this year they are sort of trying to work hard to find some kind of the solution, the possibilities. But again, this one, all the issue that maybe I will convey something more to Rome about the situation. But this definitely is we are trying to address and to find some kind of help.
This comes at a time when Catholic bishops in Zimbabwe have already appealed for support from humanitarian partners. The Archbishop added that their concern also lied with the people and the many challenges they face.
To rediscover the importance for hope and giving signs of hope for many people, for the situation of the people living in difficult, sometimes circumstances, situations of life. But this is to give sign of hope for the better future.
The Catholic Church has more than 1.4 billion believers around the world, and Zimbabwe has close to 2 million Catholics. The Church hopes to go beyond immediate needs, but work through the local leadership.
So we will be working closely with them in order to address some of those needs, but they will be addressed on the ground by the bishops, by the religious congregations, through the schools, through the health sector, and through the other projects, but through the local church.
The Church has supported the people in one way or the other over the past years. Zimbabwe suffers one of the worst droughts in years. It is expected that the Catholics and other denominations will play a part. For ZTN Prime, I'm Govechgada at State House in Harare.
Minister Jenfan Muswere believes sport is key in the fight against drug abuse. He was speaking recently at a taekwondo tournament in Harare.
That as we fight the challenges related to drug and substance abuse, sport is one of the key disciplines that is going to support the development of the youth in a free environment.
Konapo Konapo, Ipapo Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.